I'm John Jr. I've been growing with hydroponics for over 12 years. And in today's video, we're going to do an unboxing of this new hydroponic system that I ordered off of Amazon. Let's begin. Okay, so this right here is called a Duesi hydroponic growing system. And it looks like it is a small type of deep water culture system. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside the box here. Now, just to let you know, this is my first time opening up this box. Okay, I haven't opened this up before, but I am opening it up and seeing what's inside of it for the first time, just like you are. So let's continue. Okay, get it open up there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, okay, we got our hydroponic user's manual here. That's very important to have. And oh, okay, this is neat. All right, let's see if we can pull. Okay, I guess it wants us to pull the whole thing out of the box, so let's go ahead and pull the whole thing up out of here. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's just a box. Foam. More foam. Okay, this here is our okay. It says remove film from both sides before assembly and use. So I do not know if there is film on the other side of this right here, but I probably might need a screwdriver just in case to take this panel right here off to see what's inside of it. But one thing that I do like about this is that it is a 36-watt lighting system, and you're probably thinking to yourself, you know, should I need more lighting if I'm going to be growing like fruiting plants like tomatoes or whatever? Well, to be honest with you, this right here being an LED light, you can actually put this a lot closer to your plants. So you would actually need less power of light or less wattage of lighting to be able to get the same result as you would with a higher wattage light. Anything that's higher wattage is going to put out a lot more heat, and you're going to have to keep it further away from the plants, which in turn is going to diminish the quality of the light that actually reaches your plant leaves. So 36 watts is not bad though. I've actually grown tomatoes on the 50-watt Sansi LEDs, and I will do a review on that one too to let you know what I think about it. Okay, so we're going to pull this off of here. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull the plastic off of here, and let's see here. Okay. They probably put the plastic on here for shipping purposes, which is understandable. So we're going to carefully pull this stuff out of here. And I would say this package pretty good though. I can't complain about that. All right. Okay. Oh, still got a little bit of plastic here. Let's go ahead and get that right there out of there. Okay. All right. Let's just move it out of the way though. I ain't gonna do nothing. Okay. Okay, so this right here is our 36-watt panel grow light. What it looks like is pretty much a light panel, which is good. Now, how does this right here compare to this older, I would have to say it's probably a 10-year-old AeroGarden system? Well, in this system here, I'll flip it up here for you so you can see inside of it. This older system here uses, if you can see it, it uses old CFL bulbs or compact fluorescents. And the only thing about these CFL bulbs is that they have to be replaced every 5 years or so, and over time they actually diminish in light quality. So I've actually used this right here, and I have grown tomatoes with it. I've grown lettuces with it. I've even grown what is called pepino, which is a relative of the tomato plant, to be honest with you. and it's actually in the solanum family, same family as the tomato. But yeah, these are here CFLs, and they do have mercury in them, so you got to be careful when you are disposing of any type of light bulbs that do contain mercury. But LEDs, these are here, are way more energy efficient. They use a lot less electricity, and they also produce a lot less heat for the amount of light that they put out. And they're actually, whether you could say, customizable, so that you can change the spectrum of light. If you want more bluish color, which would be for more of your vegetative growth, or if you want to have a little bit more reddish color in there, which would be more for your fruiting growth. But honestly, if you have any type of LEDs that are just blue and red color, run. Get away from those things and don't use them. Don't ever use blurble color. If it doesn't say full spectrum, stay away from them. They're not even worth it. Okay? All right, let's continue. All right, so we're going to set this here aside, and we're going to see what's inside of our reservoir here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take this off of here, and we got our power cable. Looks like we got a power cable here that would plug into a more like a transformer type of outlet. Okay, so we got our cover right here, and you see that, so we got a cover right here, and you see that it has 12 slots right here that you can put plants inside of. Now, one thing that I would strongly advise is, if you're growing tomatoes, I would not recommend that you put 12 tomato plants in here. They're really going to crowd, and it's really going to diminish your yields, and it could also affect quality of the fruit too. Okay, so if you're going to grow tomatoes in this right here, I would say grow 6 and try to space them apart from each other to where they actually have some room to grow. And if you're going to grow like bigger size tomato plants, you may just want to do 2 tomatoes, because tomatoes are very hungry feeders, heavy feeders to be honest. And yeah, you don't want to overload this right here, because your plants are going to be fighting to get food, and it's just like kids. You know, I got 2 of my own, and you know how they are when it comes to food. They're always hungry, and they was eating everything. But I love my kids though. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got okay, we got some covers here. All right, that's lid covers. So we also have, okay, we have a, let's see if I can get it out of here. How do they stuff it in here like this? What is this? Okay, I see what this is. This is a water pump. Okay, this right here is the telescoping handle where your LED light fits onto. So we're going to get that fitted on there in just a minute. Oh yeah, look, see, this right here also has this, it looks like a 3.5 millimeter jack. Same type of jack that they use with headphones and such too. So that's pretty neat though. I actually like that. And I got one here at the bottom too, so it's kind of, you know, you just plug it in like that. Let me see here. So you know what, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and do it though. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? So we go ahead and plug it in like, I guess this right here fits in there like, or maybe it goes the other way around, or it doesn't even matter really. Honestly, it really doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just, oh, okay. So this little telescoping arm right here fits in here like this right here, and this right here raises up. It said it raises up to a maximum about 19, 20 inches or so. Yeah, that's pretty good size. I mean, when you're growing like dwarf tomato plants. Now, when you're growing your taller-sized tomato plants, you know, then this right here will not be practical to use. And your LED light right here fits on top like this. So that right there, I'm going to go ahead and lower this right here back down, which is not bad. I like that. I think it's pretty cool. So if you're looking at these two right here, you got your older version which uses CFLs, and I really don't use this type anymore because they got LED conversion kits, but to be honest, it's all right though. I mean, it has a timer and everything built into it, and it's simple. Now, how this system here works, honestly, is what we would call a deep water culture system. And actually, both of these I would consider as deep water culture systems. And these can also be set up as cracky systems. Okay, so now that we got this right here, so we got our lid. Where's our lid at? Oh, here it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to take our lid and we're going to place it on top of our. Okay, we're going to place it on top here, and we are also going to take our light and we're going to plug it in. Just gonna push it in and just kind of work it real good. Okay, there we go. And voila. I'm just double checking to make sure everything's good. Okay, see, make sure. Okay, well, that's movable. Oh, all right, cool. Okay, everything's good. Okay, so next thing is that, well, all we gotta do now is basically have a look inside this bag right here and see what we got. Okay, so we got these. Oh, okay. So these are here are what they call, I guess, what they were like little stakes or whatever. Like if you're going to stake up a plant or something, like for instance a tomato, some of them might want to tip over or somewhat. So it looks like these right here would fit into here and would kind of separate your plants from each other. And it pretty much looks all self-explanatory, really. But to be honest, I'd look at the instruction manual and see what it says too. Okay, now. Okay, you probably noticed these are here, right? Okay, two solutions, A and B. Pretty much all you do is that you add water into these and you shake them up, mix them up real good, and you just add it into your garden here. When I look on the back of this right here, I noticed that, like, okay, this B solution right here, okay, what's in here? It's got calcium and magnesium, nitrogen. So what it looks like it has calcium nitrate and magnesium, so it's got magnesium. Okay, and this right here, it has magnesium, it has nitrogen, and it looks like it has, okay, it's got copper, it's got zinc, it's got boron, it's got iron, it's got manganese. Okay, so along with me, I want you to count with me to make sure that how many elements are in this nutrients here. Okay, nitrogen, okay, 1, potassium 2, phosphorus 3, magnesium 4, iron 5, manganese 6, copper 7, zinc 8, boron 9, calcium, nitrogen, magnesium 10 or 9. Okay, you know what? I have an issue about this right here, okay? 9 essential elements to put inside of this right here. Why do I have an issue with that? I'll explain. I believe the good Lord made plants to take up more than just 9, 13 or so essential elements. I know that the essential elements are important for the plant to grow, because without nitrogen, your plants are going to turn yellow. It can't do photosynthesis. And without photosynthesis, guess what? Your plant's going to die regardless, okay? And I understand the same thing about zinc, boron, magnesium, molybdenum, boron, strontium, and all these other different things, okay? But see, this is where I have an issue. You put inside of these solutions here, this stuff right here, and you mix it in and everything too. Okay, I get that. But that's why I like to add diluted ocean water to, a hydroponic system like this right here. Because I want the plant to be able to have the ability to take up pretty much every element on a periodic table if it needs to. Because, just like I said, ocean water contains every ion on the periodic table. Everything from nitrogen all the way down to, whatever's on the periodic table, I mean, that's why I use C90. I'm not affiliated with C90, but I've actually helped them out in using my fish tank to be able to use C90 strictly in being able to set up my saltwater aquarium and be able to produce actual, real, natural ocean water from actual salt that comes from the ocean. It's not modified. It's not changed. It comes directly from the ocean, harvested from the Sea of Cortez. Sun's allowed to dry out all the water and everything too, and what's left behind is all the minerals and salt. And yes, hydroponic nutrients is mineral salts. Just in case if you never knew about that. So let's continue. And honestly, I'm not going to be using these right here. What I'm going to be using is Master Blend 4-18-38, which is a tomato formula. The 38, which is the potassium, is actually the highest, because potassium is required for good fruit development. Which, if you're growing strawberries, if you're growing tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and yes, those are fruit, because the fruit is the product of a flower, botanically speaking. Now, even with leafy greens, I use Master Blend 4-18-38. The reason the leafy greens grow so good is because of the fact is that I add calcium nitrate 1500. So I'm actually giving 19% nitrogen, and still the lettuces grow excellent. They grow beautifully. Okay, let's continue. I appreciate the nutrients that do come inside of this type of system, but from my experience, I don't use what come into these right here. I use what pretty much the big commercial growers have been using for years. And I've used what is tried and true, and I know it's proven. The Master Blend. No issues with it, had no problems with it. I know it works, and that is the stuff that I recommend that you should use too. But use whatever you want. I'm just saying, you're not going to go wrong with the Master Blend. You can use this stuff right here if you like, that came with the Risk system here. And I've seen others out there use it, and it seemed like it works though. But you got to understand, what you're putting into your plants, you're also going to put into your body. So why don't you give the plants pretty much all of the elements that they can take up, so that you can get all the nutrition that you need to have plants that have higher BRE or BRX, BRE, basically nutrient density. That's what you want. So regular store-bought fertilizers and stuff will not provide you with that. But good organic gardening and using ocean minerals and salt water from the ocean, that's diluted down now, will help you to achieve higher nutrient density in your plants. Now let's continue. So the next thing we have here in our bag of goodies is, well, we got some sticker labels here. Well, nope, there's not sticker labels. Oh, let's say hydroponic garden. See, hydroponic garden. That's cute. Okay. And here we also have our little covers. So yeah, these little covers here. So anytime if you're not using any one of these, little growing things, any one of these little slots here, if you're not using one of them, just go ahead and take these little covers here and just pop them right on top of there. So that way your water is not evaporating out. Anyways, the water is not evaporating out of your system here. Now, the one thing about water is that when the water evaporates, all of the salts and the minerals and everything, well, pretty much that's what salt is. So the salt, minerals, and everything stays inside of the system. So if you're losing water quickly to evaporation, do not add more nutrient solution into your system. I learned this right here from with my saltwater aquarium. Anytime water evaporates out of the saltwater aquarium, that salt stays. So you have to, when you got to top it off with fresh water. Same thing in this right here. If you are losing water at a rapid rate and your salt's being left behind, one way to take a look, check that right there, is using one of these. This right here is called a truncheon meter. You know, it comes out of New Zealand because they're really good with hydroponics and everything too. And this right here actually lets you know what level of salts that you have in your hydroponic solution. The higher it is, the more concentrated it is. If it's too concentrated, add fresh water, dilute it down a little bit. So, you know, around 2.0 is actually a pretty good level when you're dealing with hydroponics like this right here too. So, okay, all right. Okay, so we know that we got these little covers in here, and pretty much will cover up the ones that you're not using. And you have these, okay, got these little net cups here. Now these would fit into there, okay. I actually do like the square design though, but the only problem is that, you know, they're not universal, you know, but that's okay. I mean, if I gotta order some more from the same company, that's what I'll do, you know. So now these right here are different, okay. Now you remember I said in hydroponics, the art of growing soil, you know, art of growing plants is, you know, growing without soil. Is the science of growing plants without soil. Okay, these right here are like little sponges. Let's give you a close look right there, okay? Those right there are, you know, kind of like little sponges, you know, but they're biodegradable. What it is that these are here basically use capillary action, and they absorb the water and the nutrients up into these little sponges here, biodegradable sponges or something like that. And you just basically put them into you basically put them in there like that. And basically it sits into the water solution, soaks up the water. You put your seedlings, you put your seeds in a little hole at the top here, and the little seeds grow out and they come up, and you basically, you pretty much grow your garden from there. Now, that's what comes in this little package right here. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, okay. Now the other thing that we also have here in our little package here are these. Okay, so I can get one off of here. Is there another one in there? They come in 12. Okay. Now this right here is your humidity dome. This right here is used to go over top of your little seedlings right here. So anytime you plant your seedlings, or if you're trying to start seedlings or whatever, these little humidity domes sit over top, and they actually maintain the humidity as well as keep a little bit of warmth and heat in because of the pump. Yes, the pump is going to make some heat, and which is going to be enough to be able to germinate these little guys here. So once your seedlings come up, you just take a little humidity dome off, put your humidity dome away. That's it. All right. Okay, good. So, and also this right here is where we would fill up our nutrient solution into there, and pretty much that's it. Well, I hope this information here helps you out in getting you started with growing your own hydroponic system. The whole system here is all self-contained, and all you need to do is get some good master blend 41838 or any other type of nutrient solutions that they sell, because they do sell specifically made for strawberries and also made for lettuces. But you know what? Any one of them works. But I like the 41838 because I love growing tomatoes. And growing tomatoes with hydroponics definitely is something really wonderful. But if you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comment section below. And I hope that you have gotten something valuable out of the videos here that I've created for you. And all I want to say is now is I'm John Jr. and this is the Hydroponic Harvest. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Bye-bye.